So, guys, this is how we ended off last episode with our main team, and we just finished evolving David McGoldrick. So, welcome back to the final episode on FC24, and this is the team we're going to be using. A load of new players in there: evolved Fab, evolved McGoldrick, fully using them for the first time. Taram is new, Sam Kerr is new, Ronaldinho properly for the first time in the team. And it is going to be, unfortunately, another co-op session, but this should be a lot of fun. It's with a friend who's not the best at the game, but he's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to this. And our first game is up against a Mega Sweat team. Now, I could have put together a better team to use for the final time, but I wanted to use a couple of players that I wanted to use on the game that I hadn't yet, so like Dino and stuff, and I wanted to use that McGoldrick. And yeah, to be honest with you, having now played the game session, do I regret putting any of the players in that I did? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a couple of players deserve to play. Maybe Bashetic deserved to get on the pitch for a final time. But, I mean, the man's played 530 games for this football club. He can retire happily now. Honestly, he can retire happy. But yeah, been a decent game session so far, from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 in this game, which is not too bad at all. I think we should have won this game as well. Quali is currently on in the background. I mean, I don't know why. You know what? Considering that it is the final episode of the series, I should probably just give my final thoughts on this game. So, this FIFA, I have played more games than I've ever played before on any FIFA. I think I've played about 1,300 games or something stupid on this FIFA. The most I've ever played before is around 900 to 1,000. And you want to, and I always say this game's awful. People will go, so why do you play it so much if it's awful? And I'll be honest, it's Evolutions. Evolutions, EA have done an amazing job. If Evolutions weren't a thing in this game, I would say I wouldn't have even played half the amount of games. Evolutions is what has driven me to play the game this year. I mean, I've played a bit of co-op as well. Not loads, but a decent amount of co-op, which has kept me interested. I've not really played any weekend league. Most of my games have been, well, I think around 400 of my games are squad battles, doing Evos. So, literally all I used to do in a week was play squad battles on a Friday or Saturday night, get the new player evolved, get the new objective card, put them in a team, use them for an episode, then play a game session with my main team in the week to finish off the rivals wins for the week, and then that would be my game sessions for this game. So, and then I mean, I'm gonna continue on by saying now that the positives of this game, well, the playstyles are pretty cool up until obviously now everyone's got 4 and it's crazy overpowered and you desperately need certain ones, and players are now good based on playstyles, not how good they are in terms of stats and stuff. That's a bit annoying, but the playstyles and the evolutions, very, very nice, EA, well done. The negatives, the content on this game hasn't been great. Players have been very unpackable in promos, and the content has either been cards that are discard price that no one wants to use, or they have been like 1 million coin cards that no one can afford. So it's been an upsetting year in terms of wanting to try new players and things like that, and then also trying to pack players has been almost impossible up until this footies promo, which obviously always comes at the end of the year. And now let's talk about the big thing, because we have another 5 minutes until we go into a club tour. Let's talk about the end, like the gameplay. The gameplay this year isn't good, especially now that we have 4 play styles. The game is not very good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, there's times where I enjoy this game and I play nice football, but the problem with this game is that it rewards people that aren't good at the game, because all they do is they can hold RB and walk through you, and it's hard to tackle them, or they can just run down the line with RB, use whip pass plus, knock it onto some lanky striker's head, or like the bounces back to players are really annoying. So even if you make a good tackle on a player, it'll probably bounce straight back to them and stuff like that. And then also the things like flick up bicycle kicks, overpowered corners. I mean, people weren't even doing the flick up bicycle kicks until they nerfed outside the box Travellas, and they weren't even that bad on old gen. And I know that new gen doesn't have flick up bicycle kicks, so that may be the first time you're ever hearing anything about those, but they are stupid. And I score one in the last game of FC24, just to kind of sum up this game. This game's gameplay has not been great. I mean, I don't know how that wasn't offside either, but it's weird. It's a weird one, because I've played so many games of this, and a lot of times I've finished a game session and I've been like, yeah, that's a fun game session. But then when you really think about it, this gameplay, I mean, what has made the game sessions fun is winning. And even when I've been winning, I've been really close to my opponents in games where I should have been light years ahead because the games aided them. Or I've got really lucky to win when I deserve to win fully, and that has also annoyed me. It's not not a great game. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Wow, Hamilton just went quickest. It's not a great game. I mean, the bounce backs, yeah, they're not ideal. And I think even when we didn't have loads of play styles, so like before TOTS and stuff, the game was just quite boring. I didn't really play it loads. The game was just a bit boring other than outside of the evolutions. And I'm sure that I've mentioned it throughout the year that the gameplay has been not amazing, but I mean, I don't want to put a down on the last episode because this final game session, guys, was actually really fun. I was playing it with a friend of mine who, as I said, isn't particularly amazing at the game, but he's fun to play with. So, I mean, yeah, I had a great time. I was having fun. And because I kind of knew it was the end, I just kind of wanted to use the players that I really wanted to finish off the year, like a mix of the best plus players that I hadn't used yet that I would never obviously get to use again. So overall, the final game session's been fun, but the game itself this year has been bad. Bad content, loads of VA mistakes, and the gameplay has been very, very boring and unskillful, and it's kind of closed up the skill gap because if I, who was a bang average FIFA player a few years ago, I know I may have improved. I don't know if I've really improved because this game doesn't like really give you an accurate description of how good you are. If even I can be an elite div and go, right, I've played 5 games today, I lost 2 that I didn't deserve to lose, drew 1 that I didn't deserve to lose, and won the other 2 against really good players that were tough games. If even I could say I'm definitely a very good player on this game, and I'm better than players in my rank in Elite Div, then that's a problem. But, talking about Elite Div, me and my friend managed to get us back into Elite Div, which is great. And, yeah, my final pack of, well, one of my final packs of FC24 is going to reap me a centre-back who I really wanted to use, but now it's a bit too late for that. But that is going to be all for this year. Enjoy the club tour.